Sarah Palin has never been one to stay silent, especially when it comes to her family. But for years, there's been speculation, whispers, and endless media chatter about her daughter. Now, she's finally breaking her silence, and what she's saying is catching everyone off guard. For those who remember her rise to fame, Sarah Palin wasn't just the governor of Alaska. She became a household name when John McCain picked her as his running mate in 2008. Almost overnight, she was thrust into the national spotlight, and so was her family. But while her political career made headlines, it was her daughter, Bristol, who became a major topic of discussion. Back in 2008, the world was shocked when news broke that Bristol was pregnant as a teenager. The media went wild, turning the situation into a national debate. Every talk show, magazine, and commentator had something to say. But through it all, Sarah stood by her daughter, making it clear that family always came first. On the surface, she appeared strong and unwavering, but behind closed doors, things were far more complicated than anyone realized. After years of staying quiet about the struggles her family faced, Sarah is now opening up in a rare interview. She spoke candidly about the pressures Bristol faced, the backlash, and the personal challenges that came with raising a child under the harsh glare of public scrutiny. The internet wasn't kind, the media wasn't forgiving, and every move Bristol made was analyzed. Sarah admitted that there were difficult moments, frustrations, tears, and tough conversations that the public never saw. But through it all, she says, her daughter showed resilience that most people never gave her credit for. And here's where things get even more surprising. Sarah didn't just talk about the past. She shared new insights into Bristol's life today. Many remember her from reality TV, public speaking gigs, and social media appearances, but what she's doing now is completely unexpected. While some assumed she would always stay in the limelight, Bristol has chosen a different path. She stepped away from the constant attention, focusing on her family and a career that has nothing to do with politics or media. It's a choice that caught many by surprise, but according to Sarah, it's one that has brought her daughter a sense of peace and fulfillment. But that wasn't all. Sarah also took this moment to set the record straight on some of the biggest rumors that have followed her family for over a decade. Conspiracy theories, gossip, and misinformation have swirled around them for years, and she's had enough. With her signature bluntness, she called out the false stories and made it clear that she's done letting outsiders control the narrative. At the same time, she acknowledged that living in the public eye comes with a price, one that her family has paid over and over again. The biggest twist in all of this? Sarah didn't just talk about Bristol. She also hinted that her own life is heading in a new direction. She spoke about the lessons she's learned from watching her daughter grow up under scrutiny, how it's shaped her views, and why she's more determined than ever to take charge of her own story. But she stopped short of revealing exactly what that means. Could this be a sign that Sarah Palin is planning a comeback? A return to politics? A shift in her public role? She didn't spill all the details, but one thing was clear. She's not done making headlines just yet. For years, Sarah Palin has been seen as tough, outspoken, and unshakable. But in this conversation, a different side of her came through. A mother, a protector, and someone who has spent years fighting for her family, even when the world was against them. This rare moment of openness is something no one saw coming, and it's leaving people with plenty to talk about. What do you think about Sarah finally speaking up? Were you surprised by what she had to say? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and stay tuned for more updates on the biggest stories everyone's talking about. There's always more happening, and you won't want to miss what comes next.